Talk about
Okay,
that after
yeah.
though. See if they still need. I'll call the meeting to order. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory in the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. I'll introduce the panel members first. I'm Marcel Larondo. I'll be chairing. Robert Flick is to the far left. Kathleen Garrity is to my left. The assessor today will be Tanya, right?
Catherine.
No, Catherine Smith. And our administrative assistant today is Gary Balshaw. We'll be hearing, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory in the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit the discussions to those matters. The statements that the applicants or the assessor make at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessment of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at the hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decision with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to an application of exemption from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with your board order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm that the matters to be addressed with each applicant following swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applicants have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the order by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live stream recorded and will be part of the public record. If you could bring up 55 Deerridge.
No,
If you could step up here, we'll get you sworn in.
Please swear in. Please state your name. Do you swear the evidence you'll present today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. And please stand. Will you swear in or affirm?
I'll swear.
Please
Right here.
state your name.
Rob Hutchison?
Do you swear the evidence you'll present today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have anything to distribute to the panel today?
I didn't bring multiple copies, but
Okay, then maybe just hang on and
Yeah.
we'll see
We'll
how it
go
goes.
We'll go over. Catherine, when you're ready, please.
Okay, so the subject is 55 Deer Ridge. It's located in the Bridgewater Forest area. Built in 2016. It is 1,614 square feet with finished basement. Has 2 full and 2 half bathrooms, a fireplace, attached garage. Lot size is about 6,720 square feet. It is assessed at $457,000 or $283.15 per square foot. I have 4 comparables. Comparable 1 is 87 Kentland Road in Bridgewater Forest. A little older, it's built in 2010. It's 1,738 square feet. It does not have basement finish, as there was not very many sales with basement finish in this time period. The lot size is smaller at just over 4,200 square feet. It's sold for $439,200, or I'm going to go with time adjusted sale price per square foot to save all the numbers. So it sold for $252.70 per square foot. Comparable to 15 Brookstone Place in South Point, built in 2011. It is 1,797 square feet with finished basement. Similar lot size, sold for time adjusted per square foot is $256.43. And then Maidstone, 11 Maidstone is comparable 3. Same area as the subject, Bridgewater Forest, built in 2011, 1,771 square feet. Smaller lot, just over 4,500 square feet. It is a 2013 sale, and at that time it sold for $475,000. Comparable 4 is 106 Drew, also located in South Point. Similar but maybe not quite so desirable neighborhood. It's 1685 square feet, built in 2013 with finished basement. Similar lot size, sold for $270.39 per square foot. Considering the subject is a newer house in the comparables and a larger lot than most, and with being in Bridgewater Forest, the sale price range from $252 from comparable one that has no basement finish to $279, including those with basement finish, support the assessment of $283.15 per square foot. That completes my brief.
Do you have any questions of the assessor before you make your presentation?
Where was the square footage of 1614 come up with?
Would have been from the plans with the permit.
My plans state 1574. The
Okay.
blueprints for that house, and unfortunately didn't bring a copy, but my
Yeah,
blueprints
so
state
that's something we can look into,
1574.
1574.
I can bring copies of the blueprints with them.
That's about 35, 45, 50. So are you going by, because what sometimes is stated on the permit, like if you sketch out the plans, it might come out different. Certain builders don't include this staircase
Mhm.
as living area. So a difference like that might be because they're not counting the staircase. So, and then when we sketch it out, we do the exterior, of course, and count the stairway as living area. But I can have another look at that for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Because it does affect, then we're comparing a 1,500 square foot house
Yeah.
with 17, almost 1,800 square feet.
Yeah, your house is on the smaller end of most
Yeah.
two-stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is there any factor taken in for landscaping, deck, anything like that?
Yes, well, not, landscaping isn't a box that we check, but these are all resales that have landscaping.
But would that not affect the value of the house?
Yes. Like, yeah, for sure, if you
Yeah.
walk up to a house that's mud and gravel, and you walk up to a house that's nice landscape, the curb appeal is gonna make
It makes a huge difference,
Yeah.
I believe. Because I could
We'll
put.
we'll get that in your presentation.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm, and I
Right now, it's
apologize.
just questions.
Okay. And what did you use for the time adjustment for sales?
That's just done with all the sales done in that
Mhm.
market region.
And how would you determine, what do you use for the adjustment?
It's done with from the modelers, where they get, like I say, they do time adjustments specific to market regions in the city. We have 10 market regions. So it's resales and changes that happen over the time.
Okay. Okay, so is there a percent then that you're multiplying it by?
I guess we could, I didn't bring that information with me. We can look at what the changes are between.
Okay, I'm just,
Yeah.
understand. Okay. And the subject sale history, you have 2016 paid 100, the sale price was 140,000.
That was probably your land sale, I would imagine.
My land sale was 123. And that's where I'm not sure where that value comes from either.
Our sale prices come through land titles, and land titles gets what the lawyer puts on the sale form.
But there would have been a rebate on that lot as well.
We use whatever gets sent through from land titles, and land titles uses what the lawyer puts in.
Okay, because I did not pay that. And so that skews everything right off the bat.
But that's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the information we have to work with. so,
Okay,
yeah.
well, okay, because okay,
Any further questions?
no,
Robert, any questions?
I'm the assessor, no.
Nothing happened? Have you visited any of the houses?
No, not personally,
Do you know who the builders of the houses are?
no.
Do you think that the value changes between different builders?
I haven't done, my understanding is there is a few higher quality builders than like the Qualico
Yeah.
builders.
Well, we won't use names, but yes.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I understand builders.
Okay.
depending on the builder, might make a difference, yeah.
We'll hear your presentation now, Mr. Hutchinson.
Okay. I actually went through, I did, and I should have asked it, but I didn't. In doing the assessment, when I go through and compare everything, first off was the square footage. I went back and I pulled sales, recent sales in the last 9 months that are 1528. I went 50 square feet down and 50 square feet up. And they all had landscaping. They all pretty much had decks and full things. It also, I think, does matter when we look at how many bathrooms, how many full baths, because everything I pulled up with finished basements, the basements were a lot bigger and and had full bathrooms. One didn't have. I do not have landscaping, so I have not done anything like that. And in looking at this, and my lot, as I say, was 123. In factoring in what I paid originally, what I paid for the house was significantly less than where we're at. I went through and I found what I had laid out for the basement. The basement was approximately 450 square feet. Some of these houses, depending on where they are, can have upwards of 700 plus square foot finishing downstairs. A lot of the ones I pulled had bedrooms downstairs. I do not even have a room to have a bedroom in my basement. And I think that factors in quite a bit in the assessment of my house. The properties I compared were averaged out square price, and again, they do come out higher. Came out to an average sale price in that square footage at $435. Factoring in some basements, I factored in around about $440 for my property.
440 a square?
No, 440,000 for
Okay.
my property. My apologies. I did as well use properties on Bridgewater as well as South Point. And actually there were a couple in Prairie Point as well. So all Waverly West properties. Some of the ones were under construction or almost completed by the same builder. And essentially were the same models as my house. My model was 1528 plus I added another 46 square feet for my house, so. And then when I factor in some of the things when in going through some of the properties, one comparable was similar size, almost within 2 square feet of mine. Did not have finished basement, but did have a nice big yard, did have the deck, did have really nice landscaping. Then you have to go through and see what else they put inside, because when comparing the interior shots, they had a $2,900 fireplace upgrade. They had a deluxe ensuite, which will run another $5,000 to do. So those things, I think, make a big difference in the sale of the house too. Because I don't know what these ones at 1,700 square feet that I've been given today, in looking at what they had for deluxe ensuites, what they had for ensuites in the master bedroom, and I think that makes a huge difference to people. So. And as I say, using a 1,700 square foot house against a 1574 square foot house, almost 1,800, 1,797, I think is hard. Because there will be a lot of different finishes and a lot of different things in those houses. They have more size to put things in. Bedroom sizes, room sizes, dining room versus and floor plan layouts.
Questions, Kathleen?
No, I think just the asking.
Oh, I'm
is-
sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
Catherine.
Catherine.
Okay, close.
Look at your sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of questions. First, there is a reference period of April 1st, 2016, and that's why I have sales from 14 and 15. The post-reference sales are not evidence to this assessment
aware?
hearing. Are
She
you
posed
aware?
that question.
Are you aware
No,
of the reference?
no,
date?
because I was doing current value, I was
Yeah.
arguing, I was appealing the 2018 value, so I was doing current value.
But as you
So,
said,
no.
2018 value is looked at the 2016 value April 1st.
Okay,
That's why they have to use pre-2016.
okay.
I have a question about the landscaping, because your house was built in 2016. I haven't driven by your house
Yep.
or inspected, but my understanding was there's some kind of criteria that your landscaping has to be.
Not in
built.
Bridgewater.
Just the front yard.
No, Bridgewater does not have anything that has to be done. I also didn't have final grade or anything done because the neighboring house was still under construction last year,
Oh, yeah.
so.
Okay. And what was your sale price for your house? What did you purchase it for?
The total purchase price for my house was $390. Then I finished the basement and
And who was your builder?
it's A&S.
Would you say that having a traffic influence, of medium traffic, higher heavy traffic would influence the value of a house?
Front or back,
Either.
it does influence the value of the house. And I have Keniston right behind me.
Yeah, and there were, you don't actually go, it is close to you, I did look on the pad ID, but
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't hit your back.
Nope,
It's not
it
against your
is
back.
about,
It's your neighbor's back, but not
Yeah.
your back, yeah.
that section of fence would be about 50 feet.
Part of your backyard is on Keniston?
No, I'm about 50 feet away. I have an open space, I have a pie-shaped lot and my pie portion points towards Keniston. And it's my neighbor beside me that actually sides out in his. So my fence line is above approximately 50 feet from Keniston.
No other questions?
Cat, me.
It's just that square footage difference that I see is a little bit of an issue. I'm not sure if your calculations are correct or what the plans say, but you're asking to be based on that, is that my understanding? And you're looking at an amount of,
I'd said 440.
okay, that's all, thank you.
Rob?
You were pointing out what features a lot of other houses have, but I haven't heard from you what features your house has.
Majority of the ones I did had.
I didn't ask that, I asked what.
No, same, I was going to say same as mine, 9-foot ceilings, laminate floors. I have a 3-piece ensuite. My basement is finished, as I say, it's about 450 square feet. It has a 2-piece bathroom downstairs, not a 3-piece, no bedroom. As I say, there's no landscaping. It's 3-bedroom up, it's a great room layout.
Okay, and do you have a deck?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm not landscaped, there is no landscaping
And
right
you,
now.
and you said that you finished the basement, so what did it cost you to do the basement?
Basement, I finished for about, I'd say about $10,000.
Thank you.
So that was the permit value that went out on it, was 10,000?
I did some of the framing with a friend of mine, so no, I'm doing what cost is, my cost.
So the permit didn't have a value on it then?
No.
The city would usually pick up on the permit.
Yeah.
And you're trying to end up around the 440, using your square footage, using the city's number, 283, you end up around 445. Do you know if the comparables that the assessor brought in were of the same contractor? Had you checked that at all?
No, I didn't go that far back.
Is yours a corner lot?
No, no, it's pie-shaped, it's on the bend in the
It's
road.
on the bend.
Yeah,
But you said you had, so you have houses behind you?
yes.
It's right on there. Okay, now I know where it is. I've got no further questions. that'll conclude the matter, and you'll be hearing from us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we're gonna move on to Turnstone, number 7.
Yep.
Few things to hand out here, so bear with us.
I'm gonna get you sworn in first anyway.
Yes.
Greenstone, I don't know what happened here in
Page
Winnipeg.
12.
What do you think?
What happened here in Winnipeg?
No.
No, not. We go by who's here, so.
Do we hang out?
After.
Is this for all
That's
the
the wood
years?
anyway.
Like, so you don't have a separate
Yes, we're here.
evidence? Okay.
7 Turnstone, 2 of them, but it's the same.
We'll make the paint, so there'll be 3 of them actually.
If I could ask you guys to kind of keep these clean and in some
Don't write on
order.
them?
Keep them all clean, you said?
Yes,
Don't
please, 'cause I
write
need
on
3
Oh, sure.
copies.
You know me, I scribble on everything.
Yeah, me too.
That's so for all 3 years.
1, 13, well,
Is
13
this
and
for this
14.
one? Oh, that's yours,
That's
okay.
yours.
All right,
Same
so
house.
I'm going to affirm or swear you in. What
Oh,
are you
they're
doing?
here.
Please state your name.
Yeah.
Been back.
And do you affirm the evidence you present today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Is it V-I-N?
VINH.
Please state your name.
To Pam.
And do you affirm the evidence you'll present today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, thank you.
Came, she came and watched that first.
So we'll start with the first one. Are we dealing with all the same comparables all the way through, or are you changing up
Well,
the
no,
comparables?
we'll do, well,
We'll do them each their turn?
18 and 19 are the same, we can do them together.
The first one's different. Let's start with the first one, then we'll do the other 2 together, okay?
Yep.
So the first one to start.
Okay, 7 Turnstone Terrace is located in South Point. The subject is a 1-story built in 2017. It is 1858 square feet with a walkout basement, 2 full bathrooms, a fireplace and balcony off the main level. It has pond influence. It is assessed at $587,000 or $315.93 per square foot. I inspected the home on July 23rd with the owner. It's built by Artista with quality finishes. The assessment for 2017 does not reflect basement finish, so that's a difference between the two assessment times. First time sales reflect what the owner paid to have the house built. Resales show the market value when completed, usually landscaped dwelling offered on the open market. So the comparables for the 2017 assessment are all in South Point. They are all 1 stories with multi-bathrooms, fireplace, attached garage, and no basement finish. Comparable 1, 27 Birch Point Place, built in 2011, 1765 square feet. The basement type is full, not walkout, so of lower value. It sold for $314.11 per square foot. Comparable 2 is 7 York Valley Way, built in 2012. It is 2,000 square feet.
Could I just get you to repeat that number again, which is the time-adjusted price was per square foot?
Oh,
On
on
which?
comparable one, $314.11.
Okay, thank you. It's not
Comparable,
what I heard.
oh. York Valley Way, comparable 2, built in 2012, 2,000 square feet, has an unfinished walkout basement, similar to the subject at the time. It is on a larger lot built with pond, on the pond. It sold for $365 per square foot. And the comparable 3 is 158 Autumn View Drive, 1,780 square feet, again, full basement type, not walkout, it's unfinished, no positive land influence. It sold for $341.40 per square foot. 27 Autumn View Drive is comparable 4. It again has a full basement with no finish. Sold for $355.14 per square foot. The sale price range per square foot of $314 to $365 support the assessed value of $315.93 per square foot. And that's the brief for 2017. Do you want me to go on?
No, we'll stop there because we're going to go to the other ones after. Any questions on the first year? Questions of the assessor?
You know that all comparison, the land somehow a little bit smaller than mine. One house is very big, 2,000 square feet, and you know that all the land is sometimes double, 1.5, or bigger than mine, and the fronted measurement is bigger. I checked it on 64 feet, 62 feet, and 50 feet. Only mine is 48 feet. So the big difference with the front measurement is smaller, okay? And you know, I don't know, you know that I just checked it, or the how you year comparison, or assessment for the year 2 now, everything go down. For example, come 1 is so 550, but now I check it 457 from city tax property value. And then the second one, the come 2, go down to 672,000.
Have you got a question for the, are you
But
asking?
I question for her that you know that all the assessment go
You're asking her
down.
if she knew.
Okay, and all the number 2, my question to she know that all the front measurement is bigger than mine. And the come 1, come 3, come 4, come 2, really you can't compare with my house because this is $1 million on that area. I checked on property map, on the map, this is $1 million area. And this land is double than mine, and then they have no privacy, go directly to the lake. For mine, I have the walk, I have a fence, I don't go directly to the lake.
So, sorry, in addition to what my mom said, Catherine, do you know who the builders of these homes are? Have you been inside the houses?
Nope. I figure if you guys were built with Artista, then that kind of puts everybody in an even playing field.
Okay, and so it's possible that these homes are also built by a high-end builder such as Artista or any other.
Possible they're not.
Possible,
Mhm.
right?
Especially the ones without walkout basements, and I think we can't just look at one specific thing like frontage. You have to kind of look at the whole package.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
but
Frontage versus pond influence versus walkout versus full. I
Right.
think you have to look at the whole package.
yeah, there's definitely many factors that affect the
Yeah.
value of the home. We definitely agree on that. And I think what my mom was trying to say is that in her assessment of, the comparables, there are a few things here that stands out to us that, that are very
Yes, the
hard to
lot sizes,
separate.
there is some
Lot size
variation
are
in lot
almost
size.
double in some of these houses,
Mhm.
as well as you saying that some of these, especially one of these houses, the 10,000 square foot lot house here, comparable to, is in a multi-million-dollar area. So, her house-
Multi-million?
Oh, sorry, $1 million area. So there are many homes.
They're going up fast.
Yeah.
We wish our home was in an area of that, but it's definitely not. When you look at the property map for 7 Turnstone Terrace, average house prices on that area are around $500,000-600,000.
But this is the time to ask the question.
Yeah,
Right, yes,
yes. And we're also not comparing assessments, because
Right.
that's not evidence.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions, Kathleen? I got it right this time.
Just,
Yes.
okay, just the lot, that 2016 sale, is that, again, is that a lot only then?
Oh, for there, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Rob?
I have no questions on this.
Kathleen, did you say that the sale, you had the total value of the sale for that year? Did you say you had the?
For the subject?
Yeah, for the subject?
The
What it
total?
actually sold for?
No, I didn't
You
mention
didn't?
their sale
Okay.
price.
I misunderstood there too. See, I'm not listening very well today. Let's move on to your presentation.
Oh,
Now tell us what,
I
tell-
put everything
you
together.
put everything together?
Yeah, so maybe she can go the second one, and then I go together.
Do you guys want to,
Yeah, well, let's do that then. Let's, Kathleen, read them all on. Catherine.
Oh, I know who you mean.
I've called you Kathleen all these years, now I get corrected.
No, you haven't. I haven't seen you for about 4 years. Okay, so now we're doing assessments of 2018 and 19, which have a reference date of April 1st, 2016. So this assessment includes the basement finish with an additional full bathroom. The reference date is April 1st, 2016. And I've made a recommendation from $754,000 down to $674,000, or $362.75 per square foot. The comparables are one-story dwellings built between 2010 and 2012. They have all finished walkout basements. Comparable one is located in a comparable neighborhood of Bridgewater Lakes, a community about 4 kilometers to the northwest of South Point. Similar to the subject, it has pond influence, but also a walkway in close proximity to the property. It sold for $418.57 per square foot. Comparable 2, 3, and 4 are in the subject's neighborhood of South Point. Comparable 2, Brookstone Place, built in 2011, 1,694 square feet, has park influence and sold for $403.84 per square foot. Comparable 3 is 46 Brookstone, 1,700 square feet, has only a partial walkout basement, doesn't go the full width of the house. It's sold for $375 per square foot. Comparable 4 is 87 Autumn View Drive, older dwelling built in 2009, quite a bit larger just because I was trying to stay in the neighborhood. It has also a larger lot, but on the park, which is really just a walkway. Sold for $325.51 per square foot. So the recommended assessment of $362.75 per square foot is at the low end of the range of sale prices of the comparables, supporting the value.
Do you have any other questions you'd like to add now?
Yes. Hi, Catherine. First question. I can see here you have 14, 15, and 2 years. But the 16, you don't have anything here that's not, I don't see any, you can't find any houses comparable in the year 2016?
Up till April 1st, 2016, that have similar characteristics of your house? No, I didn't.
I can also ask, is there a value or perceived value difference in if a house has a retention pond influence as opposed to a park?
Yes, this retention pond influence is superior to the park here.
Okay, and have you been inside these homes, these comparables?
No.
That's it for your questions?
Yes.
Kathleen?
I don't have any.
None? Rob, any?
No.
Let's move on to your presentation.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Chu Pham. My English is second language. I have, I'm sorry, I have strong accent. That's why I typed this one. So easy for you to follow up what I try to say. When I'm nervous, my speed you can see go very fast. Please stop me.
We'll read along with you.
Okay. I am here today to ask that the board re-examine the asset value of our homes, as we believe the year 2017, 2018, and 19 asset value to be much higher than the fair market value. I have prepared and will present to you all evidence to support my request. In the year 2016, we contracted Artista to build our home, where the purchase land value was $153,600. But I can mention here, really that is $148,600. But Artista put up higher, I didn't know. And the house value was $427,000, totally around $580,000. Artista have charged us $230 per square foot to build a house. I know my house not very high end like that. Artista can build a high quality, but for me, because my budget, so that $237 per square feet. The house was built without a finished basement, but all insulation was installed and plumbing and electrical was rubbed in. Only minor work was a need for framing and drywall for finished basement. In the year 2017, we applied for the permit to finish our basement. We engaged licensed contractor. The basement was completed except for utility room in the year 2018. for a little bit under 35,000. Usually around 30, but some stuff I bought with freezer, fridge size, we received a letter of assessment in June indicating that the assessed value of our home in the year 2017 to be 587,000. And in 18 and 19, it will be 754,000. This means a jump in the value of approximately 174,000. Subsequently, I have submitted a request to appeal my assessed property value. The assessed department has then sent assessor, I think that's Catherine, to my house on July 23rd to conduct a full walkthrough up and down. And then 2 days later, on July 25th, Catherine had called to inform me that she believed my property value to be 674,000. I believe that the assessed value for my house at 217 is higher than the fair market value. I also believe the assessed value of 218 and 19 are significant higher than the fair market value. I base my beliefs on following research and reasoning. I have total 5 reasons. So the reason number 1, talk about the appeal the year 2017. So I have the list of the house from April 1st to 12 and April 1st to 14. And I have to say thank you to Catherine and thank you Cara because I did wrong. So I called, Catherine gave me instruction and Cara gave me instruction. So I follow the policy. So I try do again to do the right number for the year. So you can see that attachment number 1, I did it out, okay? I have gathered information related to 11 houses, so in 3 new areas, because my house new, so I choose 3 new areas. South Point, Sacred, and Bridgewater. Most of the houses have finished basement and with ever sold the price around 477,000. More specifically, in the year 2014, there were 3 houses sold. You see attachment number 1, like 8, 9, and 10. Some houses have a higher, bigger than mine. The land is bigger and finished basement. And sold for the average price only 470,000. I put 3 houses, I make average. And then my house access for 587 without an unfinished basement and a smaller lot. So you see the difference is from 587 to 470 is a 117,000 different. And then plus, I haven't finished basement. Also in the year 2014, and you see attachment number 1, line 11. The house is 463 North Town Road. Okay, it's 1,818 square feet and no finished basement like my bungalow. Okay, and sold on February 2014 for 450,000. Okay, but for mine 587. So the difference is 137,000 for the difference. Reason number 2 is I talk about the appeal for the 18, 19. So the city clerk told me 18, 19 put together. So I have the list of the house sold in April 14 to April 16. You can see the attachment number 2. The same with reason number 1. I have gathered information for 14 houses sold in South Point, Sacred, and Bridgewater. You will see that the homes sold for much lower than my assessed value for 18 and 19. The sold home ran from 412,000 to 614,000 with similar specification to my home. See attachment number 2, you can see line 8. I tried to collect all the house for 3 years, so I have update information in the year 2016. So for example, line 8, you see the house 14 Northern Line Drive. Okay, this house very similar to me. Finished basement, double garage, walk out. Okay, and they have the big park at the back. Okay, way bigger than mine, 1,873 square feet, finished basement, and the land is bigger, 6,471 square feet, and built the year 2015, very nice the park at the back, and they sold only 566,653. So the difference with mine is 188,000. See attachment number 2, the same. The house 14 Northern Light, I will show you the map later. That's every day I walk out, so I see the house. See the same attachment number 2, you see light 6, 79 Northern Light, the same. In the basement, and then the house bigger than mine, 1,877 square feet. And the land bigger than mine, 6,139 square feet.
Excuse me, I'm lost. What sale are we referring to?
Attachment number 2.
Number 2.
And like 6,
79 Northern Lights.
79 lots. And sold for 447,756. The difference is 307. Catherine, attachment number 2.
Yeah, I think I got it.
No, this one,
got the
Catherine.
blue heading.
It's got the blue heading on it.
It's kind of halfway through the package.
Oh,
Okay. See attachment number,
okay.
the same attachment number 2, line 9.
Yeah.
15 Highland Creek Road. Okay. The house bigger than mine, 1,939 square feet. Bungalow, finished basement, blah blah. And the land bigger than mine, 6,086 square feet. Built the year 2015, had a park at the back. And sold October 15 for 595,000. So compare with mine, 754,000 is the difference is 159,000. You see 14 houses. Take me a month every day. I go around website and check it. But I only tell you some example. But you can go through that. Okay. So see very big difference. Reason number 3. Talk about location because Carmen said, the property value of house is based on location. You can see that the picture. This picture first, that's the front of my house. Based on accept value for 2018 and 2019, 754,000. It will make my house one of the most expensive on Turnstone based on current property value. Although I believe my house to be beautiful, its location prevented from having one of the highest property value on my street. See, you see the problem? The first problem, you see that picture? My house is located directly across from fire hydrant. Community mailbox, stop sign. So the right side is community mailbox, the left side stop sign, the middle is fire hydrant. So that traffic in front of my house is always much higher than other houses on my street. Whenever the residents collect their mails, exit, Turnstone, or during emergency, it is extremely difficult for me to maintain my privacy or access my driveway. I have also witnessed many accidents occur in front of my house during the winter at the stop sign. I have to call 311 myself a few times because the driver have knocked down the stop sign. So you see the picture that I took that. And see the second picture? You see the last man, that's the back of my house.
Yeah.
Problem number 2. My lot sign and backyard is one of the smallest on Turnstone. Unfortunately, it is also the only lot where have been a large public bench installed directly behind my backyard. You see the distance between the large bench to my fence around 4 feet. I have absolutely no privacy in my backyard. When the residents come to sit and converse, or when the children come to play, laugh, cry, on the bench, I hear and see everything. I am not sure why, but the residents who walk their dogs normally seem to choose that area to let the dog release themselves, and sometimes not all of them are respectful enough to pick up after their dogs. Perhaps because there is a little clearing for the dog. As a result, I would often to have pick up the dispose of the dog poo around the public bench area because it is in front of my backyard. No homeowner wants to have that in front of their backyard. So you guys are the picture. Reason number 4, a cost of finished basement. My basement only cost really at $30,000 to complete. The city have accepted my property to be $754,000 for the 2018 and 19, and from $587 in year 2017. This means increase the value of $174,000. Does not make sense. Consider how much the basement cost to finish. I didn't do nothing, only finish my basement. So $174,000. I have some examples. Example 1, my niece who lives on 55 Northern Lake, she built her house the same with me builder Atisa. The same floor plan, the same neighborhood, but her house is smaller than mine, okay? And the same year. And that's the $470,000 year 2016. And then when the city do assessment for the year 2019, she did finish basement the same time with me for 2018. We do the same time. And only increased 21,000 from 470 to 491. So I have the evidence here, only 21,000 for increased finished basement. Why I have 174,000? Example number 2. Okay, you can come back to attachment number 2. Attachment number 2 and line 14. Attachment number 2 and line 14. The house is 109 euro. Okay, this sold for 545,000 on the March 16 in the year 2016, recently. Okay, not finished basement but insulated. But for the assessment, for 2019 finished basement, increase to 21,000 to become 566. From 545 to 566, 21,000 finished basement. Why mine almost like 200,000? Okay. No, this one. Sorry for the last reason. Okay, the last reason, okay. I understand that the community will not consider comparison of the city property value assessment of comparable homes. However, I respectfully request that committee consider supporting reason below there is the comparable home with similar specifications are much bigger than my own home. The land is bigger, but the assess is low value. I have 2 reference houses. Okay, one is I am in the middle, turnstone. And my left side is my neighbor, turnstone. 55 turnstone terrace on the left. So this house built in the year 2016, 1,933 square feet. Compared to my home, 1,858 square feet. Their lot size, 11,164 square feet. Where mine, only 5,985 square feet. Their house, they have a large indoor pool. I walk every day, I saw it. They don't have stop sign like mine. They don't have fire hydrant. They don't have community mailbox. They don't have big fence at the back. But their assessment is a 695 versus mine is 754. Now, on my right side, my neighbor, I see every day. That's 46. That's a 46 stamp value on my right side. This house, built in the year 2013, 1,978 square feet. and compare with mine is 1850. I'm with the moment I talk with five. Their lot size 8,832 square feet. Mine only 5,985. The fronted measurement for them is almost 54 square feet. Mine only 48. Their house also directly to the left with down the public walking path. In the backyard, mine have public walking way. Decrease my privacy. Their assessment for the 19 only 627,000. First mine is 754. So that means one per square feet, they have only $363 per square feet. For mine is 400. Here I have the map, is the last one. Okay, I marked it here, this is my house, I put number 7. The one,
I just gotta find your item.
So last page.
the last one.
Yeah, this is where they're located. These are-
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I put my house number 7, so I have a stop sign, I have everything here, and this is 55 double my lot, that's my neighbor, the same street, here. Okay, and this is my neighbor, on another side, they have no public walkway go down, here. And this is my neighbor too, number 14 Northern Lane, only sold for 566.
Which one's her house?
Her-
This one.
On the
So
corner.
she's not on the corner.
No, and she's saying that this.
Those are the two that she's referring to.
Okay.
These right here,
Yeah.
that's the 55 and that's the 46.
Yes.
Okay, I asked for here, I asked assessor too. I thank you, Catherine, very much to go down to my house, to check on my house. And I thank you for her to accept, go down for me, but it's still not fair for fair value market, fair market value. Okay, so I asked, I'm good Canadian citizen, I want to pay tax. I don't want my house value too low, I don't want it too high. I want to be fair in the value market. Market value, okay? That's why I'm here. I put a lot of time, okay, to be to find out how to do it. I have never to do that before. Okay, thank you very much for listening.
Kathleen, any questions?
Are you the corner lot or the second one? You're saying
Uh,
The
the
red
Again.
one from Martin.
Catherine,
The red one, where she's got it marked.
Yeah, so the stop sign, this is.
Right in mine. Yes, right in mine, not in the corner, right in mine.
Because my mom's lot size, the lot frontage is on 48, and the next neighbor over is also very small, so we're really the
So
intersection.
that's not your house then?
No, my house this way. I put
We're
like
taking on the driveway, shooting out towards the street.
Oh, I see what you're, okay,
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
get it, yeah, all right, okay. So, where do I begin? You did compare those assessments of those properties with me, and I did explain why their assessments are different, and the recommendation, I believe, puts your assessment in line. 46 Dan Bailey, do you remember I telling you they do not have a walkout basement, which makes the difference to some assessment? And the recommendation, do you not think puts it more in line with their assessments?
which page are you looking at now?
Well, I'm just starting off where we ended sort of thing. She's ended off with reason number 5, comparing assessments with 2 specific properties,
46
which was
basement.
brought up in,
46 I have it here. The city tax, I printed down online, is finished basement.
yes, but it's not a walkout basement.
Yes,
We don't have it as a walkout basement in our records.
because that's my name.
We're talking about assessment, so if the assessment was walkout, the assessment would reflect that. How much of your walkout basement is finished, would you say?
Okay. I think around 30,000. Put the drywall, put the framing.
No, how the area, like out of the whole, you
How
have a
big is
basement
it?
area of about.
The basement, how
You
big
have
is
a
it?
basement area of about
Okay.
1,858 square feet.
You was downstairs
Yeah.
with me, the big space. I have big space and then I have 3 rooms. On the side, because the side have the window already, so I close a little like the room. And in the middle is big, like big, leave it. And have utility room is not finished, and the cabinet is here. So I don't know how many square feet, but my house is bungalow.
Most of the basement area is finished, right?
Yeah,
the room
except utility room. But you see all big space.
Yeah, and then you've got the windows looking.
Window is already from Artesa.
You all, yeah. So, and the finishes in the basement, the countertops, and the flooring, it's the same as on the main floor, is it not? You carried the quartz counters into the bathrooms in the
No,
basement?
it's different because we do later. Okay, but only
Oh,
I
but they're
tell you
still
that the flooring the same because I got
Yeah, we made that mistake.
the people gave to me, the from upstairs gave to me.
But I'm saying like
This is what's going
the
on.
quality of the finishes in your basement are similar to the quality, no?
Not the same upstairs. The door is cheaper, everything is
Oh, okay.
cheaper.
What about the counters,
The counter.
You have
is
a stone
Yeah, the
counters
counter
in
is
the
granite.
bathroom in the
Yeah, but
basement,
we
yeah.
bought a piece, we put it there. You know, everything we do makes it cheaper than this stuff.
Of course.
Cheaper.
Of course, yes, yes. Okay, so the sales you're providing, so you have said, okay, attachment number 2, with the blue. Oh, no, number 1. You have given us by these sales, which ones have pond influence, which one have park. So I would assume the rest don't have any positive influence at all then, is that correct? Because Northtown Road, that's on a busy road too, is it not?
Yeah, we.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see on, because I go online, I see we didn't put it, so I didn't put it. So, yeah, but so maybe that's different, but you know, we can, usually if we have, I can give you a bit of the land with the pond, or the land with the park, or the land without, will be a little bit like, will be some different.
Okay, and, yeah, and then it's not saying a basement type here either, so we don't know if it's just a full basement or a walkout basement for these. I guess the ones on the pond may have a walkout basement, yeah. And these, their first few sales are in Sage Creek?
Yeah, you know, the year 2012, I found that some, you know, like where the pond for the park, yeah, but they finished basement.
All right,
Yeah, even though, for example, 47 Highland Creek, you know, you see attachment number 1, line 4, you see, this is the park, right? And so the October 12, it's 434,000, but finished basement, but it's smaller than mine.
so, you know what, just to make a pointer, because I realize this with other appeals, it is, so you find the sale in our sales book, and then you go to that other place on the computer, the program that tells you what the characteristics are. So it says basement finish right now, it's not necessarily a basement finish in the sale. I have no idea what it is with these sales, but just there's
No,
that
no,
Okay.
wait,
thing that it's not, it's giving, what you see as a characteristic for the house is what we know about it as of today, not as of the sale. So that might be
no. Can I answer?
Mhm.
Because when I do it, on the paper, when we say sell, so we say it's a finished basement or insulate, like this one. So if finished, I put finished.
on the
When we
sale,
sold.
doesn't say that in the sale book, so I don't think it gives that much information. You have to go back to the other program, which isn't
Yeah,
always
I
directly
have
related
this
to the
program
sale.
to sell me insulate or finish, so I have
Okay,
this
this
program
one,
to tell me.
Okay, so, yeah, so I'm just, any other questions? I don't think so. I just wish you had provided a picture of your view from your balcony. It is a nice view, isn't it?
Say again?
Your view from your balcony, going out over the pond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice.
yeah.
It's nice,
It
but
made me
only
feel
the
like I was at the
privacy.
lake, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you do
4
have the
feet.
issue with the bench, yeah, yeah.
4 feet that, I don't know why we
View of
put
the pond is
4
quite
feet the
nice.
bench there. You know, I see everything.
Painted in camouflage, you can't see it.
Yeah, when you look at the property map of my mom's lot, it's the smallest lot on that, you know, on that street. It has one of the highest assessed property values, and including the smallest, one of the smallest frontage, I guess, as well. So, you know, with that, and that's why we're here today to appeal to the board to reconsider the assessed value.
You know what, the one next to me, my neighbor, I'm 7, number 11, that's my neighbor. She the one to let me know for you too. She told me come up to your property tax too high. I didn't know, and she told me go online, check it. And at that time, I in the letter, and she the one saw first. And she know me because her house is my floor, so home.
My mom went to look at her house first, she loved it, and then she got a piece that they built the exact same house with
Exactly
71
same, number
locations.
11 Turnstone, but she's smaller than mine, but her lab bigger, her front is bigger.
I have no other questions.
No other questions? Rob?
I do have some.
Good, go ahead.
Okay, just so for clarification, on these pictures here, this is your lot, right?
Yes.
This is the back?
The back looking
This,
in,
wait a minute, this is your house?
correct.
So in effect, it's looking this way to the water.
Yeah.
And so behind your house, they obviously, which doesn't show on this map, there must be some kind of walkway or something like that?
Yes.
And so this bench was put there for the people that are walking around the water so they could rest. So,
Yes.
so there's probably other benches further down?
No.
This is the only bench in the
The
whole
only
thing?
bench in that whole public walking path.
On the 7-ton stone, only me. the
Okay,
special
all
one.
right, that's all right.
There was another one, but it got stolen.
Yeah. We can use that.
This is your house on the side?
No, that's us on the drive, our
Looking
driveway,
out that
shooting
way.
out towards the street.
Okay, so you're looking from here to the, this is across the street.
Yeah.
So this is on this guy's property, and this is not his property, but it's right adjacent to his property.
Correct.
That's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, I want to say, fantastic that you prepared all this stuff. There's a lot of work that went into this thing, and I admire what you've done, and I appreciate what you've done, and congratulations for all that work that you did.
Thank you.
I just want to be clear in my mind. I understand that you say here that you paid $153,000 for the land.
Say again.
House information.
Um,
Wait a minute, you purchased the land for $153,000,
yeah.
whereas right here it says 148, so there must have been some reduction of some sort.
No, I think that took my,
Okay, so is it 153?
yeah,
Okay, and then you had the house built for 427?
yes,
So when you add the two, that's 580.
really 580.
Yes. So it's 580, but you've been assessed 587. So you're pretty close to what you built the house for.
No. Yes, 580, okay, but really 575 because I have the paper from developers at 148,600. But we signed with the artist already, you have take it back, they charge me.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
Okay. Artist that charged me 153,600 plus 427,000. So totally I pay them 80,000, but really only 575 because the lot we put up 5,000. I have the paper from developer here 148,600.
That's what it should have been, is this amount here, 148.
Okay. So if we then take off $5,000, it's 575.
Yeah, because we charge it more. Yeah.
And then we built
So I added 580 based on what you said. You said you're 580, so I'm assuming that's what you said it cost you.
I said it's cost me, but I don't ask about property market value.
Now, what did it cost you? 580?
I pay them 580.
Okay, so that's what it cost you for that house.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've been assessed for that year 587. So
Yes.
we're very close to that assessment, to what you paid.
I'm not accept that. Sorry, because when I got the letter from you, okay, and Catherine always tell me I got the letter from the city told me accept my value for the year 2017 based on the value market of April 12 to April 14. So now I ask the board, when you do the property tax value, please, based on your rule, based on policy, the fair market
Okay,
value.
so what you're saying, I built this in 2016, but we're not using 2016, we should be using 2014, even though I paid 580 at that particular time. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
correct, yes.
Okay, thank you. And then you did $30,000 for the basement?
Yes.
Okay. And so when I look on here, I see some stonework and so forth, so there must have been some additional costs for landscaping.
The landscaping, we did ourselves.
But you still paid, you still bought some stuff,
I,
so.
we pay and Tatista return my money 5,000 because if I don't do it in 1 year, I lost my 5,000. So I did do it in the year 2017, and Artista, the builder, sent me back 5,000. Yes, they
So
did.
the landscaping, you say, is roughly about.
I have to do it in 1 year,
No, I understand,
5,000.
I'm just asking, not when you had to do it, but what did it cost you to do it, okay? Okay. This, on the map here, this house is next door to you.
Next to me.
Is that going this way?
It's on the right-hand side.
On
So,
here?
Yes,
So that's the one that's right on the corner.
that's one that's being built right now, yeah.
Not finished yet, they're building.
Okay. This is your house here.
Correct, yeah,
That's this.
yes,
This one.
yes. So on the
Not
map,
that one, this one.
right, so on the map, that house is on the right-hand side, the corner,
That
the
little
the
corner
true
lot?
corner house.
Oh.
This one right here?
Yes, it's a pie-shaped lot. So the frontage is quite small, but the back is wide.
But this says 152, when was this map taken?
The house is still under construction.
But this doesn't look like it's under construction.
They-
This does.
No, they put up the, I guess the first coat of the stucco. They're still
They
trying to
want
scratch the scratch
Okay,
coat.
so this is still being worked on?
Yes.
All right, so I, thank you. That's all I have. Appreciate everything you did.
Okay, Chief.
Kathleen?
Walkout basement is new to me, I don't know that, so I don't know what's, this whole bottom part is considered a walkout basement?
Correct. Because you got doors here that you can walk right outside.
It's a grade level.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
It's not like
Yeah,
a
it's not
full basement would be under the grade,
Yeah.
under the ground.
Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering, and this can just be moved, okay?
No, the city won't do
And I-
it.
We hope.
It's cemented in.
I hope they build more bench, so that means the people not sit on my plate, they can spread it out.
You know, I don't really have any questions of you. Again, you did good on the presentation. My only question is this, and I don't know if I can ask that.
You can ask anything you'd like.
Okay, well,
If you don't understand something you want them to explain it, please ask the question.
I'm fine with, again, the values that we got, the land, and then the building of the house came to around the 580, and then the building of the rec room, I'm fine with that. I guess what I don't understand, because we're doing 3 years, is that huge leap to the 754. I don't understand why it would
Well,
be
it's
so
not to
high.
764, my recommendation
No,
is
she's recommending
674,000.
It was 754
She's
though,
Yes.
recommending
and then you dropped it down to 674.
after visiting.
Yeah,
So
and
the
it's
leap
held,
is the
and then it's held the
change-
next year.
Change in, it's 2 different assessment cycles, that's why we have 2 different
Yeah.
reference dates. And then the basement finish was not on in 2017. So it's minus a basement finish, which in a walkout basement, I have to, since you're wondering, it is like another whole living area level. A normal finished basement, if it's a full basement under grade, has a lot less value because you may have some decent windows, but you're below grade. A walkout basement gives you a whole like 1,600 square feet of living area.
More living area.
So
More light and all that stuff.
very much, well, it's almost more than your first floor because you've got
Yeah.
big windows across the back overlooking the open area.
And
So that's,
then,
that counts for the difference, the 2 assessment cycles, but primarily I would say the walkout basement.
and then
finish.
you reduced the assessment from 754 to 674, and that
That was
was
your recommendation.
That's my
just based
recommendation.
on market value, you
Yeah,
say?
for the sales, I looked at the sales and, it should be there.
All right, thank you.
May I just ask one more question?
You may, Rob.
Thank you. So for the 2017, what number are you asking for? It's been listed here at 587. What are you asking for?
Based on attachment number 1, okay, so I see that, they
Just give me a number.
I think for me, I'm asking to be fair, around 500.
500?
Yes, because here I have 450. Okay, but now, my house, okay. The higher 500 is okay, but above that, I feel that higher, very high compared to fair value market.
And if I may ask, in regards to 2018 and 2019, which is based on the review and walkthrough by the assessor, brought it down to 674. Are you in agreement with that number? And what
No.
number do you have in mind?
I think if I'm not having to go down, like a big drop, some people will be happy, but I feel that's still not fair with me because I base on my
Give me a number.
evidence. Yeah, I will ask my number, I will be around 500 for 2017, and this one I added basement. So the people here, the city, 21,000, but for me, really, I put 30, so 530.
How much?
530.
Actually, out of the basement.
And I asked permission considering for my location. And I have small land.
But you must take this into consideration. The fact is that now we're looking at market value of 2016. You built it in 2016, and you spent at that time 580,000. So when you say 530, you're already at 580 at that particular time.
Because, see, I
And
have,
you-
yeah, sorry.
So when did you put the basement in?
This year. I applied the permit for
Okay.
17, I did finish today, maybe a month, 2 months ago, yeah. We do gradually and then this year.
Okay, thank you.
Question on the basement, what kind of finish did you do in there? Did you put a bedroom and a family area? What's done down there? Is there a kitchen down there?
We have, the windows ready.
Yeah.
So wherever window, we close it, we make the room.
There's a
okay?
room there?
And then here, a big area, and one living room, and one room we, put a fridge, freezer, right. Right.
A fridge and,
Yeah,
Stove.
and then the room they're empty, because only my husband, myself, and my nephew stay upstairs, and downstairs that's for my son. He work in Brandon, he have family, so he come home once a while, maybe once weekend per month, or every 2 months, so we have the room. And the room downstairs have big, all the toy for the kids, because I have young kids. I'm not doing anything fancy, only one bathroom downstairs.
April 1st, 2016. When was the house actually built then?
We signed the contract. I think 2016, we built to 2016.
When did you move into the house?
I moved in the end of September
September?
16, but the house not complete until few months after. They let us move in, but they still not finished.
But you moved in September 2016.
Yes,
So that was after April 1st, 2016, possession. Correct?
Yes, but when do we negotiate the value?
That's what I mean. They negotiated the value when they bought the land. Because they can't buy the land without negotiating the value of the house. When did you buy the house? When did you buy the land?
the land,
Because you bought that at the same time. When did you sign the contract on the house? What
I think
year?
under the end of 15 or 16. The paper from the developer tell me I have to pay tax on the 16, and year 2016.
I think the end of 15, end of 15.
But you signed the contract when?
January 12, 16, we signed for the land, but on the 5th, no.
But you signed for the land, but that's,
I think for the contract, we signed the end of 15.
it's just a way for the contractor to save you some tax on the sale, because you only paid your land transfer on the land, you didn't have to pay it on the house, did you?
No,
Correct? So you
Yeah.
saved about $7,000 or $8,000 there by doing it that way. Okay.
Land transfer.
Huh?
We all hate land
I know you
transfer.
don't, but it doesn't Doesn't affect you, but
No,
anyway.
goes to the government.
Okay, leave it with us. We will have our discussion after you're done. Thank you for a very well laid out presentation.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully I didn't put any scribbles on it. I tried real hard, I almost
I
did, let me
didn't
tell
on
you.
mine, I was so
I
proud.
came so close.
I put my pen away.
And we've got one more lady, and this is what one she I'm gonna give this to you, so I don't. No, I'm not gonna give it to you, I may have some discussion. Can we take 5 minutes if you don't, maybe 6 or 7?
Where are you going?
We'll call the meeting back to order. You'll be swearing in, yeah? Helen?
Will you swear in? Yes. Yes. Please state your name.
Tracy does it?
Do you swear the evidence you present today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
I'll take your packages to distribute. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need one to go
No,
along?
I have.
Catherine,
Okay.
when you are ready.
Alrighty. So the subject is 10 Woodcroft Bay. This is located in the Tyndall Park neighborhood. Built in 1986, it is 1,974 square feet. It is what we call a 2 1-story building. To describe that, the main area is about 1,200 square feet, and the upper area is smaller at 748 square feet, situated over the garage. So the main area is bigger than the upper area. It has a finished basement, 2 full, 2 half bathrooms, central air, fireplace, and attached multi-garage on a large lot size of over 11,000 square feet, situated adjacent to a retention pond. It is assessed at $387,000. You can see on my brief of the comparables, the note there. This property was appealed by the same owner in 2018. At that time, a recommendation was put forward to the owner by the assessor and accepted by the owner, and that was the value I'm defending now of $387,000 for the 19 appeal in the same assessment cycle. The comparables are all in the Tyndall Park neighborhood. They are 2 stories built in the same time period. Comparable 1 and 2 are on the same retention pond as the subject. Comparable 1 is 2,207 square feet, does not have basement finish. It has 2 full and 1 half bathrooms, central air, fireplace, and attached garage. As I said, it's a larger lot as well, situated on the pond. It sold for time adjusted sale price per square foot was $175.44. Comparable to 18 Cutler Bay. As I said, it's on the same pond. It has pond influence, not adjacent. It's 1,817 square feet with basement finish, characteristics similar to the subject. It sold for time adjusted per square foot, $216.13 per square foot. Comparable 3 and 4 are not on the pond and have smaller lots, 5,000 and 6,000 square feet. They do not have attached garages, but detached garages. Their sale prices per square foot are $198, as it turns out, for both. In conclusion, the range of sale price per square foot, $175 to $216, brackets the assessment of $196 for the subject. Comparables 1 and 2 are in similar location and characteristics help confirm the value, and that completes the brief.
Any questions of the assessor?
Yeah, I have been in 38 Woodcroft Bay and 18 Cutler Bay. 18 Cutler when it was for sale at the same time as mine. And it's a far different looking house than the interior of my house.
Far what?
Oh, then, no, have you been in those homes?
I haven't been in houses, anybody's house.
I didn't quite hear what you had said.
She was making presentation rather than
Yeah.
asking a question.
Yeah, it's my first go with this. I don't-
Okay.
It's okay, take your time. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna
Yeah.
rush you. Do you have any questions of the
She asked
assessor?
me if I'd been in the houses. I haven't been in
Okay, that was
anybody's
your only
house.
question? Okay, Rob, do you have any questions?
No, thank you. I'm sorry, I just didn't quite hear exactly what you had said. I apologize.
Kathleen, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Have you looked at the MLS listings for these other 4 houses that you brought forward as comparison?
I just made brief notes. I did look at the listing. There was actually no listing for the 2014 sale of 38 Woodcroft, but there was for a more recent sale. I think it just sold again, because if you're in
Mhm.
if you live there, yeah. And that's why I knew there was no basement finish, because we had actually thought it was.
Well, let's stay with that first one then. Did you notice if there was new windows put in that house?
So
that one?
for the 2014 sale, I don't know what the condition was. For comparable to, the flooring and roof, new flooring throughout and roof being shingles, I guess.
New windows?
I just put flooring and roof, I don't have that.
You didn't
much
talk about the windows? You didn't see the pictures
Just
of the
maybe-
house on the listing?
I don't think I have a listing with me. No, I just have Woodcroft.
There's pictures on that stuff that you just got from her.
In my house.
Okay, and comparable 3, again, flooring throughout, new bathroom, and comparable 4, new bathroom and flooring.
So they have, basically, they've all had renos then, correct?
Yeah, with that type of thing.
The Kindle house, are you aware of any updates were done to it on the Woodcroft house, I'm sorry?
No, this was transferred to my, just last few days,
Okay.
so I haven't actually conversed with the owner. Tanya was the assessor at the time, had a conversation. House is falling apart, that's what she said. To Tanya.
It's just, okay, we'll have the questions for you,
Yeah,
Chief.
yeah.
Let's go with your presentation.
So I reside at 10 Woodcroft Bay, and I'm the third house from the end of the bay, and I live next to an abandoned house with a lot of rodents that I've physically seen. And I have talked to the son of the parents who are now in care because they developed dementia. And between babysitting them from the time I moved in, because the little man would wander around with his wolf-like dog in my yard, that the wife fell a number of times. And the thing is, there's nobody there, and the son's been cleaning their hoarders, and so I've had to deal with a lot of stuff from them with just the neglect of the home, and then thefts in our little part of our bay, because it's a gateway for hoods to come and check things out when there's no lights on. I find with my property in comparison to the other properties that are listed here, I am in desperate need of a lot of repair in my home. My home was not touched since the original build. I still have original windows from 1986, and many of which I can't open any longer. Just right now, I'm starting to look into getting some quotes because I can't open my bedroom windows. The cranks have just broken right off. All of the outsides are chipping away. I put pictures from, I took those this morning of, the one on the top is, the last photo is my bedroom window in the back of the house. And the second last photo is my bay window in my kitchen. And on the inside, the seals are gone, so it's a steady stream of draft. Can't sit there at the table in the winter time. The flooring was all original laminate, and I've removed all of that, and in the process now of taking out the rest of the flooring in the bathrooms. It says that I have 2 full baths, only one is functionable with the leaking toilet. The other bathroom, I replaced the toilet, and there's something going on with the pipes. I can't use the toilet, it doesn't flush. And the sink is cracked and leaking, so I've just shut that bathroom down in the basement. And the upstairs in my ensuite, it's a complete gut there too. The sink was broken and the toilet broken, so they've been removed. I have one bathroom upstairs, a full bathroom, and a half bathroom on the main floor that I had a new toilet and vanity put in. So I'm walking around the renos, the roof. I had a coat on the roof, and that'll be needing to be replaced next year. And there's a lot of stucco damage around the roof. Just in time, I guess it's chipped away. So I'm having to get some repairs done on the siding of the house. The first photo is my pond. My retention pond is full of algae and smell. I have a fire pit there that I can't sit to enjoy because of the, well, first of all, the scene isn't very pretty, and then all of the cattails grown in. I called the city and they told me that I'm responsible for those cattails, but 18 Cutler Bay is on the other side of the pond where it's all graded with gravel, and they don't have any cattails, and they don't have They have it's all private as mine with more upkeep from the city for some reason. I don't know why my side of the pond is full of cattails. The people on the edge of the pond on my side paid to get them cleared. And 18 Cutler Bay has all vinyl windows and a new roof, and their driveway isn't cracked up like mine. They have neighbors that take care of their home. I'm mowing my neighbor's lawn all the time because there's no one there. I think in time, when I get the renos done, my house could be upgraded to the level of the other houses on my street. But right now, mine, I hate to say, is an eyesore just like the neighbors. They have holes in their roof. They have original cedar roof, and it's in desperate depreciation value. I don't know, the son's gonna try to sell it, see what he ends up listing that for. Which I wish he was on it earlier so I could have brought that forth to show what it's doing to my house, because who would want mine next to that?
We'll see if there's some questions.
So windows and bathroom. Since you purchased in 2012, that's right on, have you done anything?
Yeah, linoleum flooring in the kitchen and carpet cleaning. I ripped out all the carpet. They had dogs in there that urinated on the upstairs level, so we had to rip out all the carpet and paint the subfloor. So I was able to take a carpet from the dining room and piece it into the bedrooms upstairs. I haven't had the funds to do a lot of the repairs, so and my basement door, I can't open the door because the deck is completely shifted. My house is kind of on a hill, and with the dry weather right now, the ground is cracking away from the house, and my deck is on a complete incline towards the house, so I'm gonna have to rip that off so I don't get water damage towards the house. So that's something that I'll have to look at shortly, I guess. That's all my questions.
That's it for your questions. Kathleen, any questions?
I guess just what are you asking? Because it sounds like you have some issues and you have, you've given us these documents of sales, but.
I see that, well, I got this right when I got here, so, and I know these houses, but I was just looking through like I printed the area, my market area, and I don't see very many houses comparable to mine, going for what my house is going for. My basement is only a half a basement because it's, as you explained, it's a drop. It's like a bi-level, so half the basement's unusable because it drops down to 6-foot ceiling. So what they did was they had put a wall dividing where it drops under the stair, and that's all just storage and finished area. And then I have a small carpeted area, rec room with 1 bedroom with panel boxes, and then an office with no closets or cabinets. And original windows there too.
According to this document, the amount was reduced for the 2016 market value and was accepted at that time. What's changed since then that you're not now wanting to accept that?
Because I started to do more research, I've never had to go again, like, I've never had taxes like this, and when they went up again, and I just thought, like, I need money to start to fix this house, or I can't be there anymore, and I'm looking at what the neighbors are paying, and I feel like I'm taxed out compared to what they've done. 38 Woodcroft Bay went through a lot of renovations the last couple of years. The people were able to put in a lot into their house, and I just look at what they're living in and what I'm living in, and I don't think that's comparable at all. Like, you can come home to a finished house instead of I'm walking around things and I'm trying to do things myself.
And I think I asked, what are you asking?
I was thinking around the 360 mark to be and greatly because of my neighbor, because if I try to sell, I'm gonna be taking a big loss with what's going on next door.
Okay.
The doors are broken, it's just an eyesore. They have 4-foot ruts. They were driving semi-trailers into their front drive, and all of the patio stones have sunken into big ruts, so someone's gonna have a huge, like, just to pull up to that, you're can see instantly there's gonna be a lot of money that's gonna have to go into the neighbor's property, and I think that's gonna reflect the sale of my property.
And one last one is that, what condition was it in when you bought it? Because you're saying that you've got a lot of plumbing issues, you've got window issues, you've got roof issues.
Yeah.
What condition was it in when you bought it?
It was abandoned, the people went through a divorce and no one had lived in the house for 2 years. It wasn't until the first winter that I discovered that my windows weren't working properly. I just haven't had the funds to go and start to rip things out.
There's programs too, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right?
start to.
There's
yeah.
programs for that too?
With hydro, I got a letter in the mail, I'm gonna
Okay.
explore that now, because the heating bill's high, and I have original furnace, so I'm just nervous that's probably gonna be the next thing. The first thing I did was, when I moved in, was try to just get organized and start to repair the immediate things. So, because the fridge wasn't working, the dishwasher wasn't working, so I started spending money on those, and the doors weren't opening in the back, so that was a safety issue, so I replaced the back door and the front door I had repaired, because it wasn't locking properly.
Thank you.
Rob?
You've listed quite a few things that needs to be done on your home. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you had an estimate of what you thought it would cost to do a lot of the stuff? It almost sounds like you got foundation problems and all this stuff.
Yes, yeah, I see they had repaired a foundation. I pulled away the dirt on the left side and I can see a crack running around where they had patched, like a horizontal crack running across the back of the house. Well, just by talking to an uncle and a couple people I called off the internet, between 50 and 60,000.
How much?
50 to 60,000. The roof is 10,000.
50 to 60?
Yeah.
Including roof and all that?
Yeah, and if I don't replace all of the windows, if I just go with what I need to right now.
So do you feel that you could sell your house for what you paid?
No, I don't think, I think I'm gonna be taking a loss.
And what do you feel that you could sell it for?
Maybe 314, 310. The problem is, this house was on the market for 4 years. They went through a number of salespeople, and I know the last agent told them, you could get 420 for this house, but you people haven't touched a darn thing in here, and he said it was like walking into the 80s. In his parents' old house, it had the same pink countertops, so you have to upgrade your home to get the market values to compare to the other houses, and that's what I got. I was already into the house, and the first winter, it was too late to go back on my sale. So I've just been kind of living there, and now I'm getting frustrated with the taxes going up. I don't know how I can put money into where I need to. I can't get out my bedroom windows. That's a safety issue right now. I'm getting quotes on my bedroom windows, so maybe with the plan I can pay monthly with a hydro smart plan or something.
Kathleen has another question, I can see it.
Well, probably it was new to you to buy a home, and so you maybe didn't do this kind of work to look, because the values that you're showing us here in this are quite a bit less. And I guess what I don't know is, did that change from 2012 when you purchased your home to now? Because they're showing these as 2014, 2015, 2016 sales. So I don't know what the market value, whether it's changed that much in that area.
They had to keep, all I know is they had to keep dropping their price because they had gone through 4 agents and it wasn't selling. And I think that the markets shift up and down. I'm not in that world, but looking at what the homes are selling for, I think I'm overpriced.
Okay, thanks again.
You mentioned the fact that the building next door is vacant.
Yes.
Do you know what's going to be happening to that?
The son, I talked to him last week. He had the 1-800 got junk bin, and he opened the door, and it was terrible. He's just right now trying to clear out the house. Now that his parents are in care, they wouldn't let him take the furnishings out before. It's boxes and furniture from floor to ceiling, right in the front door and then actually he didn't replace the door. The door, you can walk in there. It flies open a lot. It's not locked. He's overwhelmed with his parents right now, so he's telling me he's gonna try to sell, but he has to clear out the house. He's had different agents and they told him. Plus, his mom would tell me she'd hear little pitter patters through the night and things like this, so I have a feeling there's gonna be some wiring issues because I can see holes in the roof.
So is there anything, any department you can go to, but when you get an abandoned house like that, for rats and so forth, that's gonna affect other houses? I mean, is there something that department in the city can come down and force a?
Yeah, they can call 311 and report it.
Yeah, it's not abandoned yet.
A livability bylaw, isn't it? Just
There's a
keeping
bylaw.
things looking decent in your neighborhood.
I would think there should be something
Because
that
she
could put
said,
pressure on
Well, it
them.
sounds like he's dealing with it slowly.
because I had a raccoon break into my roof this spring, and the neighbors said they were feeding it, like the little demented lady was feeding this thing, and it was the size of a dog. And when I had a roofer come, they said, well, it looks like he chewed off the shingles around the vent and chewed in and hopped in. And then he was, I had the roofer come, he said, so I think he moved out, so he boarded it back up, and then it was mayhem at 7 o'clock. It sounded like someone was throwing bodies around the ceiling, and then it broke out through my soffits, and it caused me damage. I had to get a roofer in to replace the soffits and get it custom painted because it's a mossy green color, and I'm getting fed up with that stuff going on next door. Because I think I'll be a target now that they break in, because they never caught the raccoon. I had an exterminator and he took off. So,
At large.
yeah, it's
I got
a
6
safety
at large
issue.
right now.
I called the city and they don't,
Nope.
and rodents aren't covered on insurance, so I had to shell that out this spring.
It's funny, because they're covered in RVs.
Mhm.
They're not covered, no, and the insurance company sent 2 roofing companies, and they told me I had critters, so they didn't want to deal with that, so they moved out, and I still have to get in there to get someone in to check out my insulation, because it was loud for about 2 hours, so I'm not sure if it damaged anything in the attic. The attic is external to the house, it's a crawl space, and I haven't been able to get anybody to go in there.
You never inspected this house?
No.
Okay.
Needs an inspection, I'd say.
28 Woodcroft is not on, but do you remember when it sold in 2015? Are you familiar with that house?
No,
No? Okay.
I know all the houses on the street, but I don't know what the sale was.
That was one, I think it sold for 302.
There's 27 here, 27 Woodcroft,
20
went for
27.
Went for 302,
Yeah.
and it's a one-story, OS.
Oh, yes, I know, yeah, that house is renovated. It was a smaller home, but the couple had to move to Toronto, and they sold that house. It had a new kitchen, and they have newer windows, and they have a new deck, and their garage is in great shape too. They have a new roof, and they have a small yard, but it's presentable. They don't have repairs in there. I've been in that house.
I think this one's due for a visit, no matter what we do. I don't think we've got any further questions, but I think you might want to have them come by and have a look at the house and the condition it's in.
Because we're gonna be reassessing and
Yeah, and then they'll
This
just
won't
change
take
the number
effect
again anyway, so.
he'll be back here.
It's best you have them come down, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Contact
I was
them.
gonna ask, if you just come by, you'll see instantly, and especially the neighbor's house.
Now would be a good time to call them and have them come down and do an
Yeah.
inspection.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay?
great, yeah.
Do you have to call, or can you make an?
I've got your number, I'll give you a call later
Could you-
this week.
Can you follow up on that?
What can I do about the pond, with the algae and the,
There's not much you can do, you can cut the cattails down, but they're just
Can't.
gonna,
I think
your
the
best time to do it though is in winter,
oh,
and destroy them in winter, and then sometimes they won't come back.
But the
I can torch.
cattails are supposed to be in a filtration thing.
Not, yeah, but it's.
not like this,
this
you
is-
can't
this-
see the pond,
Their
though.
ponds aren't circulating in Tyndall. There hasn't been any water, so they're all gone green with algae, it's terrible. actually stinks.
It stinks, can't be outside.
You
So
can't,
who's in charge of that? Is that
City.
city?
I
city,
called,
but there's no water to put into it. I mean, where are they gonna get the water from? There's no rain, there's no,
It's just a retention.
So can you buy something like a little?
I guess it's worse because it's dry all day, it's not getting fresh.
No.
A little
Yeah.
circulating
It was
fountain
nice
at your
to have
own
this
spot,
one.
just to
no.
aerate it a bit, no, eh?
You could try, but it ain't gonna work much.
I tried to step in there, it's just bog, like you
Yeah.
can't get in there to cut anything. And I don't know what kind of equipment people use to cut those things, because they're like
To drag,
little
which-
trees.
Big knife, throw in with the ropes and you pull it back.
Yeah.
Could you get some Roundup or something?
No, and if you do, don't tell the city.
You're not allowed to put that in the
Well,
water.
obviously, the city isn't gonna do anything.
Don't do
Okay.
that. It'll get into our drinking.
That'll conclude the matter. We're gonna,
Thank
got a
you.
couple of other things we gotta clear up on the agenda.
Well,
Thank you very much for your presentation. See, and you'll get better and better every time you come back.
Thank you, thank you.
Just read through the rest of them.
Hmm? Well, yeah, because we have,
There's 7 of them.
yeah, not only the Rex, if somebody's a no-show, right?
There are 2
Yeah.
no-shows, yeah.
So 2036, the recommendation on the top, the 3 points of appeal, what are we doing with them?
They, 2 have been withdrawn.
2
so
have
it's
been
just
withdrawn?
Quantum,
Just quantum?
yeah,
And they're okay with the recommendation? Right?
yes, Ryan was here and accepted it.
Okay, that was Ryan, yeah. 19 Castle Ridge.
Do you want me to read the roll and the numbers?
Yeah, you might as well. You know, what, read the rules and the numbers onto the Rex, so we have it on the record.
From and
Please.
to, okay, 19 Castle Ridge, roll number 030911388800. Recommended to reduce the assessment from $711,000 to $660,000 to better reflect April 1st, 2016 market value.
Can you read Sinclair on as well, please?
2036 Sinclair, roll number 11051169200. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $350,000 from $380,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2016 market value.
513?
513 Montague, roll number 12000477000. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $330,000 from $348,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2016 market value.
Don't let me get ahead of myself here. That one is no recommendation on, so we can just leave it alone. 55,
We have to discuss that one.
we discussed that one, so good.
What happens with Beecham?
Just hold on, we don't have to talk about that right now.
First.
We'll deal with it after.
Oh,
So number 8.
Point number 8 is the next one, Northern Lights, correct?
Northern Light, 84 Northern Lights Drive, roll number 03092978585. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $730,000 from $813,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2016 market value.
Stan Bailey,
Stan Bailey, 39 Stan Bailey Drive, roll number 03092976285. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $600,000 from $623,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2016 market value.
and number Sablewood.
Sablewood, 213 Sablewood Road, roll number 03091743000. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $500,000 from $540,000 to better reflect April 1st, 2016 market value.
Number 11, correct?
70.
Kowalski, 70
Kowalski,
Kowalski.
Yeah.
That's the last one I have, 70 Kowalski. Roll number 01009601250. Recommendation to reduce the assessment to $470,000 from $502,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2016 market value.
2 points of appeal have been withdrawn.
No, the classification has not been withdrawn. They had appealed classification as well as quantum.
And they only withdrew one?
They did not withdraw anything.
Okay.
The
Had you
70
heard?
Kowalski?
Yes,
What is that?
so that, there was no discussion on classification. Okay. online, so.
We'll just leave it.
It's not on here.
Nope, we'll leave that alone, and we don't need you on that one, that one. You are done, thank you very much, you have a great day.
Thank you.